Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. I wanted to talk today about some of my opinions surrounding crafting in Destiny 2. And I wanted to ask a question to all of you, which is, should every gun be crafted? Every gun in the game, no matter what it is when it comes out, what it's from, should every gun be crafted? I firmly believe the answer is no. 100% the answer is no. But I've seen a lot of people that, in my friend groups, other YouTubers, I hear a lot of people saying every gun should be crafted. And it doesn't make sense to me. So I wanted to talk about some examples of guns that I've had to craft, examples of guns that I didn't have to craft, and, part of why I believe that there should be less crafting in the game, as well as not every gun should be crafted, right? So the first thing I wanted to talk about is the chase. I want to talk about the experience of playing the game. I know Destiny players when they have to play Destiny, but for me, I log on because I love the game. I log on because no matter what, I'm always having fun. And if I'm not having fun, I log off and then I come back on and I have fun again. But sometimes I fully want to understand, I want to respect this. Sometimes farming for certain guns fucking sucks balls. The worst. Absolutely. And I don't want to take that away from anyone who had to play a ton of Iron Banner to get a good Criminals. From anyone who didn't get a good Glacio. From anyone who still doesn't have a good Scavenger's Fate. I don't want to take the plight of not getting the thing you want away from you. But I think that there are a multitude of ways that we can encourage Bungie to improve the loot chase without telling them we need everything crafted. So I want to take yesterday I uploaded a video where I talked about Prophet of Doom and Scavenger's Fate very, very briefly. So moving from Prophet of Doom to Scavenger's Fate, in my opinion, for me and the way I play, was an improvement. I didn't like Prophet of Doom. I didn't like the gun model. I didn't like the gun feel. I didn't like Threat Detector personally. I felt like it had too much handling for what I like. And Scavenger's Fate, I think, gives me exactly what I want with very little compromise. Now, I want to mention that my favorite gun in the game is Annual Escape. Well, that's not true. My favorite gun in the game is Conditional. My favorite primary in the game is Annual Escape. I have this Annual Escape. It appeared in my vault one day, and I started using it, and it's been a banger ever since, right? People who want an Annual Escape, I feel for you guys. This gun is a nightmare to farm. It's either you get it from Banshee, you get it from Xur, or you get it from Dares. And to get it from Dares, you have to be doing it on the right week, which nowhere in the game does it tell you that. You have to check you have to check a third-party website. And then you have to get lucky with the 20 fucking things in the it's a nightmare. It's a whole thing. No one wants to do it for a gun that is admittedly mid. Look at these stats. This gun is mid. And the only reason it's good is because it gets this one roll. And that is the issue that I really want to talk about today. If we take a look at some of these guns, Lost Signal, only one good roll, right? You could make an argument for Unrelenting in the left column instead of Auto-Loading Hoster, but I think you're wrong. Exuvier, only one good roll in PvP, and arguably no good rolls in PvE, in my opinion. Because, you can do, Rhyme Stealer, you can do Headstone, you can do all this stuff, but, I just got this. This is 2 metas ago. Why is the only reason for me to have chased this gun? I got it 2 metas late. 12/31/2024. That's absurd. Absolutely absurd. I'm going to put a memento on this real quick. Hold up. What memento are we thinking, chat? Are we thinking Garden of Salvation for the fun? Yeah, we'll do it for the funsies, for the one time. Garden of Salvation memento. So, farming this Exuvier was miserable. I didn't mind, right? Because, frankly, I didn't need it. I didn't feel like my experience in the game was make or break by not having one gun that's kind of a side grade to another gun that I already have, and admittedly is kind of worse than Igneous. If we can compare this 1-to-1 to Igneous, like, hello? Like, Igneous is just so good. Igneous gets ricochets. Igneous gets it's so good. It's so good. And Exuvier, the only reason I could say Exuvier is even mentionable compared to Igneous is because it gets the same exact roll, minus the fact that it gets accurized instead of ricochets, and it's enhanceable. That's a big deal. It's enhanceable. You get access to the new perks, the mods, ballistics. I want to make a video about these mods. They did a really great job with the mods that they added, and I really think people don't give them enough credit. I might record that today, actually. Have that ready for tomorrow. I'm thinking I want to do a video a day, but you know, I don't want to jinx myself. So we'll see how it goes. But my life was not ruined by not having Exuvier. I hear people talk about Scavenger's Fate like their life is over if they don't have this gun. What the fuck? What the fuck? It doesn't make sense. Prophet of Doom is right here. It's right here. It has closing time. It's craftable. Like, and it's a good PvE gun too. People don't talk about how good this gun is in PvE. Sure, it's a precision frame, so it's not as exciting as a rapid fire or a lightweight, but because of the lower rate of fire, but it still gets like crazy rolls for PvE. Just to start, you could do Prophet of Doom with, let me pull it up. But you could do Prophet of Doom with in the left column, it gets Envious Arsenal, which I personally wouldn't really care about. It gets Slideways, which is pretty cool. It gets Threat Detector in the left. It gets Reconstruction. It gets Pugilist. And then in the right column, it gets Trench Barrel and 1-2 Punch and Volt Shot and Cascade Point. This is an amazing gun. Absolutely amazing gun. People sleep on Trench Barrel. I think Trench Barrel is a really fun roll. I really want to try this with Cascade Point because I've been using this and having a ton of fun. Absolutely a ton of fun on Until Its Return. Let me take the ornament back off. I always forget. I'm absolutely having the best time with some of these guns. And Until Its Return is kind of an example where if I didn't have the pattern, I would never have used it. So I feel like I've kind of painted a picture for, you know, at the very least, the way I like to interact with guns, right? I like to look at guns in terms of their form, their function, their perk roll, and their feel. That's a really big deal. The feel is a huge deal. It's arguably the biggest deal. Because if a gun sucks, but it feels like shit, it like triple sucks. But if a gun's good and it feels like shit, I'm still not going to use it, no matter what. So, looking at these guns right here, Midnight Coup and Mountaintop. These aren't all the guns from Into the Light, but I wanted to talk about the Into the Light guns because it is absolutely astounding to me how Into the Light nailed no crafting. Nailed it. We had shiny weapons. We had double perk drops. We had the tokens. We had the attunement. We had everything. And now, no one had a problem getting the weapons from Onslaught because it was exciting. Onslaught was fun. Pantheon was fun. It was rewarding, and you felt like everything you did kind of like helped you. And the guns were limited time. At the time, we didn't know what was going to go on, and there was the shinies, so there was a sense of urgency. And that gets into the conversation of FOMO. However, I think FOMO is a good thing sometimes. I think sometimes the game should make me want to log in. Now, what the game does when I log in, that's the conversation I'm having now. Right? What does the game do to entice me to keep using Midnight, to not only keep using Midnight Coup, but want Midnight Coup in the first place, right? I wanted it because it's shiny. I wanted it because it's good. I wanted it because it's a gun I never had before. I didn't play during year one to play enough to get to Leviathan, right? So this is a new gun for me, and it's got it had the hype, and it had everything. Mountaintop is another gun I didn't get to play with because I didn't play very much until Season of the Lost, and I didn't really understand what was going on until Season of the Risen. So if we think about these guns, they're exciting, they're good, they have variants that show off, they let you dick measure. Like, everything that's going on with these guns is perfect, and which aids to the fact that obtaining them wasn't miserable. It was the perfect storm for this tonic bullshit to not work out. What? Hello? What? Why? What? Hello? Okay, whatever. But, like, the Tonics didn't guarantee you the gun. The Tonics didn't last very long unless you did all the stupid fucking quests, which sucked and weren't fun. It was like, go find a little thing on Europa and then kill 15 ads, and then, like, do patrols and then kill 15 ads. And you do that enough times, and the game decides that you get the rewards. That's not fun. Onslaught Salvation is not fun. Like, the maps are not interesting compared to the original Onslaught guns. The weapons aren't rewarding. There's no way to focus the weapons at Ido. Vibes are low because of the Bungie layoffs. Vibes are low because of the player count being low, PvP, the fact that the guns suck. On top of all that, I made a video yesterday about some of the winners. And Scavenger's Fate is only on there because of this role. I think the real winner, the actually, like, best gun that they released in terms of it does everything that I want it to do, is Noxious Vetiver. Noxious Vetiver, I don't think I'm going to shut up about this thing for a really long time, because not only does it have a good role, it has multiple good roles with multiple perks. Attrition Orbs Frenzy, Unrelenting Jolting Feedback. You could do Unrelenting Frenzy. You could do Attrition Orbs Jolting Feedback. Like, all these things. And then, let me just make sure I'm not, like, making shit up, so I'm going to pull up the gun on Foundry. It gets Pugilist in the left column. It gets Loose Change in the left column. In the right column, it gets Desperate Measures, which is not a bad perk. It gets Target Lock, which is about to be buffed in PvP. Redirection, I think, fucking sucks balls. But, I don't know. You could, like, try shit out with this gun, you know? There's, like, stuff to do. There's stuff to chase. Every time I get a Noxious Vetiver, until I got the rolls I wanted, which is these two. And then I also want one with Loose Change Jolting Feedback, just so I could try it on Prismatic, and not worry as much about my reload speed from Amplified. You know, maybe I could try some different stuff or not have. But anyway, I'm excited when I get one of these to drop. Which is crazy. Who in the right... Like, when I saw this thing come out, I was like, I don't give a fuck about that. It is a precision SMG, and it's probably going to have terrible perks. And then it came out, and it was not terrible. And I loved it. I love the sound it makes. I love the, like, mechanical feel of this gun. I love the perk pool. I like the look. It's super good. They gotta make more guns like this. And that's the issue, I think. I think the issue is not that the loot isn't obtainable. It's that farming the loot isn't fucking fun. That is the issue. So when the loot farming is fun, and it's rewarding, and the loot feels obtainable, but not too easy to get, right? Well, you wind up with Into the Light. And if they do Into the Light again, with the, you know, they don't even need to do the shiny guns. But, like, I've gotten one double drop pre-masterworked gun this whole season. One! I think I've played 300 hours in the last 3 weeks. Or 4 weeks. Hello? I play a lot of this game. Where are my double drops? I'm using my tonics. I don't have that many of, like, Scavenger's Fate. I was using them. I was checkpoint farming to help my friends farm dungeon loot, to farm Essence of Dawning, from the story missions, to farm, you know, all this stuff. I was farming Dolan Karu. Where was my double drop? Not one. Not one did I get. And then I did a Tonic of Ascendant Alloy one time, and I played Gambit for like an hour and a half, and I got one Ascendant Alloy to drop. What is the point of all these tonics and allowing me the illusion of choice if I still get fucking nothing? What is the point, Bungie? I love the idea of these tonics. These tonics are cool. Boosting the artifact perks, buffing what you do outside of them, helping you build craft in interesting ways. This is the main one I use because I really like the debilitating wave, and I like finishers. I like finishers as a part of my gameplay loop, so this is the one that I've stuck to the most. But some of these other ones are crazy good too. Special ammo void do extra damage, and then you get the stuff from the concussive reload. Like, this is a crazy one too. Using grenade launchers to damage a boss automatically reloads all your guns? Hello? But then you get over here, and it's Tonic of Kinetic Weaponry, and it's every kinetic roll drop in the game, and I just want a controlling vision. Why even include it if all I want is the one gun that I can't get? That's what I'm trying to say. I hate the illusion of choice. I hate the illusion of being given freedom. I would much rather be told what I need to farm to get the guns I want. I would much rather be told how to get the guns I want. And I would much rather have fun getting the guns I want than scrambling to do things just so I can try and get one roll of a shotgun. However, that doesn't take away from the fact that I don't want them crafted. I don't want that story of I farmed for a week and a half to get that shotgun, or my friends and I popped off when I got the perfect midnight coup, or, you know, I remember when I got Yallarhorn. Those are the memories. That's why I play Destiny, you know? The memories that I make with my friends playing. And I love that everything's a little different, you know? Like, I have slide shot, opening shot on this, sure, but I have true sight, and someone else might get a gun that doesn't have true sight, or has accurized in this slot. If this had accurized, this would be an even better gun, right? But if I could craft Annual Skate, everyone would have the same role as me. And in terms of player expression, sometimes you feel like shit because the guy has a better gun than you. Or you feel like, or you feel like you're not doing as much damage as you should because you don't have the right perk layout for the setup you're trying to run. But that's not a problem with crafting. The game should want you to chase these things, and they should be obtainable, and they should be reasonably obtainable, and they should be fun. Now, I'm not a designer. It's not my job to come up with solutions for Bungie. My job is to bitch. I play the game. They don't want to hire playtesters because they can't afford them? Fine, I'll be your fucking playtester, Bungie. Bring back the tokens. Bring back attunement. Let us go to Ido and hand in 20 tonics for any gun we want. Even if it's 10 tonics, 20 tonics, 30, 40, 50, and I have to play the whole game, the whole day, to get one drop of the gun, it'd be better than what we have now, which is no guarantee. Like, you figured it out with the Nightfall ciphers. You do 5 Nightfalls, or 3 this week, but no one's doing those. I want to do a video about that. I tweeted about that. I don't think I put it on Blue Sky, but I definitely put it on Twitter. I was like, Bungie, who are you fooling? It's liminality with Shadow Price as the gun and oscillation. Who are you fooling? Who is going to be doing GMs? Not me. I tried to do one GM to capture footage. I asked my friends to do a GM to capture footage. I wanted to have a video come out for doing the GM, and more specifically targeting the tweet that they made saying that the GM would take 45 minutes. And I wanted to say, Bungie, you guys are delusional. It doesn't take 45 minutes to do a GM, but I can't find anyone to do a GM. Not a single person. And when I went into Fireteam Finder, everyone was 1973 running double primary and a machine gun. So, you know, that's another problem I have with the game. The game doesn't teach you how to play. But that's neither here nor there. I'm talking about crafting. They figured it out with the Nightfall ciphers, right? You do a couple Nightfalls, 3, 4, 5 of them, and then you go back to Zavala and you get a drop. So, and you can save them for a later week if you don't want to do the Nightfall, but you want the drop. Like, oh, I really don't want a rake angle. I don't want a farm rake angle, but, you know, I'll get one from the ciphers, whatever. You know, shit like that. And then you get a god roll, or you don't. And it doesn't matter. But it's the player input, the choice of the player to say, my time is being respected. Do I think my time in the game is respected? 100% I do. Do I think Bungie could do a better job? 100% also. I don't know where they're coming from with some of these changes that they made. But I feel like it was really last minute, which is why I don't want to be too harsh on Bungie. Because there's no one there. No one. Everyone's gone. This Tonics shit, like, this is great, but they had to band-aid this 10 times, and it still doesn't work. The Tomb of Elders, or Contest of Elders chest still doesn't fucking work. So that chest that's supposed to give loot is also making the problem worse. So they want you to farm Contest of Elders for Scavenger's Fate, but it gives 2/3 of the loot. Are you fucking for real? Who is going to play that? Who is going to play that, Bungie? I guess I will, because I love Destiny. But the main reason I play Contest of Elders is for Tomb Flakes at this point. Because I know that no matter what I do, I can use a tonic. And I like that system. I like that I don't have to be stuck doing this shitty fucking seasonal activity. Which, by the way, Contest of Elders is fun. I really like Contest of Elders. The thing I don't like about Contest of Elders is that if you have 2 people on double primary and a machine gun, you're not going to beat it. And it's literally no fault other than you can't do them in time unless you have a very specific build to solo the build. But it's a seasonal activity. So, you know, Bungie's trying to figure out what is the fun, what is the challenge, this, that, the other thing. They're doing the day 1 raid. They're doing the day 1 dungeons now. They got Pantheon coming up whenever that is. They said they wanted to do another Pantheon. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pantheon was a little bit before Codename Apollo. They try to drum up some hype for Apollo like they did last year, because Into the Light, I think, was one of the best times the game ever had. It's a shame that gamble didn't pay off, though. And I think that's why Bungie's scared. But this was a really long, ranty, rambly video about should everything in the game be crafted. 100% no way. But the avenues to get the things that we want need to be fun, engaging, and rewarding. And there's ways that they can do that without crafting. And all they have to do is let us get a little bit of a currency, or trade in some glimmer and some rep, or something if they want to keep it streamlined and they don't want to have a million currencies like they did last year. They got to figure this shit out. Because this Tonics, this is no good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year. I'll see you next time.